because nothing could exist without consciousness. Aren't you greater than this flower? Aren't you, as a human being, the greatest flower created in creation on this earth, on this planet of ours? Why do you fail to see it? You observe it outside yourself, that this flower is beautiful. But why can't you observe within you that there's a greater beauty within me because I am conscious of it? Why do we fail? Why do we fail? Is this flower separate from its petals? Is this flower separate from its stem? Is this flower separate from this beautiful greenery around it? No, it is not. Here is the stem of life. Here is the manifestation of life. And from that arises this beauty of it. Why don't you do it? Why suffer? Naturally, give your suffering to me. I will take it on any time. To suffer, finish. But dead. Okay. Right. Now, let's see first. Before I realized what we were doing yesterday, but now I feel such happiness and release, more than happiness, the joy. I discovered how to grow last night, to give and discover my soul for giving. I think in beauty that's how it had to be. And thank you, Lord, Father Divinity, for making it possible. Life, love, laughter. Now I'm living it. Then filling with the heart is like a flower. Everything in me, and it is brilliantly beautiful. It's nourished in many other work. We will mention in France says, take seeds of His Spirit, let the fruit grow. Take seeds of the Spirit of divinity and let the fruit grow. The fruit will grow. It has to grow. Once the seed explodes in the ground, it has to grow. But what I want is this, that be conscious of the growth. Be conscious of the growth. And when you become conscious of the growing within yourself, then you will know the joy of life. That's the difference. The grass grows, the tree grows, the wind blows, everything goes and comes, but with consciousness of it. What is it? To be conscious of your growth, to be conscious of the divinity within you is what man needs today. Not just an unconsciousness, so you are just sleeping away. Be awake. That's all. And to be awake is to be conscious. Doesn't it? So simple. So beautiful. So beautiful in its pristine simplicity. That's what we do. Which conscious of the breath. Observe, only observe. Through spiritual practices, we develop the awareness of what we are. It is awareness which we need of what we are. And that could never be brought about by the thinking mind. For the mind is never aware. The mind is always mixed up in itself, running in circles and circles and circles, patterns upon patterns upon patterns. The awareness comes from there, from the heart. That is where true awareness lies. And to be aware of the divinity that you are. That's nice. Until then, everything else is just but a preparation. It's not there somewhere. Prepare our way. And you wait till 5. You don't need to read the whole letter. There are some pertinent questions. Don't mention names. That I could say yes or no to.
But begins, dear Guru Rajan Light, having a problem which you properly are aware of, I guess that means probably are aware, I dare try to write a letter to you, hoping that you might throw light on it. I am a yoga teacher, whom you know, through an invitation to dinner some years ago. The letter goes on, I am consciously using psychic powers. Sorry, a certain person is unconsciously using psychic powers that has a bad influence on me.
Stop. There are no psychic powers at all in this world that could have a bad influence on you. But this is a great misunderstanding that has to be corrected. For no one's psychic powers, no one's thoughts can ever affect you. If you are strengthening your soul, you won't feel the cold with you. And that overcoat is your spiritual practices that gives you the strength so that no one would ever have any influence over you, and you are not to be influenced by anyone except by yourself. Use the analytical process of the mind. Use the energies of the core of your personality and be strong. Why should you be weak when you are born strong? You have every ability within yourself, and yet you subject yourself. Just a damn pity, really. You subject yourself to outer influences when it is totally unnecessary. realize that the ability within yourself to repeat over and over and over again. Because this is a message that is so hard to understand. Don't use your mind to understand me. Use your heart to feel. And that feeling is not emotion. It is not emotion, because emotion is a mixture of thought and. But when it comes to pure feeling, for which I have no other word to describe it with, it becomes a knowingness. To know that which is divine. Carry on. So forget the psychics. That's rubbish.
Right. The paragraph inside is, it's a friend that's told her that this person's unconscious, trying to use it. And it says, is the friend right? And if she is, why should I follow her advice, since I feel very good when I come together with a person who only wants to help people and does? Also, the friend says that it will give me bad karma if I continue to spread photocopy material received from someone in New Zealand about space people, about what different mediums have received, such as Tuella, Arctic Arside, Sister Pedra, Hugh de Cruz, and many other sources. Later,
if you feel very good with a person, continue that feeling of very goodness. But ask yourself one question: what is the motivation for that feeling of very goodness? If the motivation is pure, there is nothing wrong. If the motivation has certain connotations which are not pure, then discard. These mediums, it's a whole load of rubbish. Who can be the medium between you and God? There is no medium. There is no medium at all. You might have great teachers coming to teach you the truths of life, but that is all. Remember that. That is all. Now these mediums, how do they operate? It's so simple, I could teach it to you all in month, 2 months, 3 months' time. Just to spend some time with me. I could teach you all these tricks. I could teach you the tricks of psychometry, of clairvoyance, of mind reading, of you name it. Right. So the medium functions when they say that they are getting messages from some other source. Look, that source is too damn busy to contact you. What? That medium has found the little ability which is infinitesimal to go to the deeper recesses of the mind, and at that time, that person might have been possessed with great knowledge or have learned, and was it true? thinking it's some other being, like Seth or Beppo. Shit. Shitananda. You see how we get deluded by all this rubbish in the world. The medium has just about the ability to go to the deeper recesses of the mind, reaching another period of existence within themselves and pouring out what they had learned there. I would never advise anyone to go to a medium or a psychic. They could do you more harm than good. Go to God. Huh? Because God does not require someone to give you messages through some little evolving soul that's existing somewhere in some other dimension and who is not fully developed or else he will not or cannot make any contact. For if you are still in the process of development, how can you make contact? It is a logical, physiological, biological, psychological impossibility. Don't go to medium and don't waste your money, but rather give it to your church or to some orphanage or something which is good that could help people. Right. Then the other trick the medium would use is mind reading, which I could teach you in a couple of weeks how to read minds. Yeah. These things are so simple. They are of no importance whatever in one's person's life. They are of no importance whatsoever. Is it going to help you going to a fortune teller, or to a psychic, or to a mind reader? Yes, sir. The mind reader, you're thinking of Auntie Mary, huh? And the mind reader picks it up and tells you about Auntie Mary to make you feel happy. They're not in flesh. Viruses. You see the damn racket which I'm trying to destroy in this world. Rackets in the name of psychics, rackets in the name of religions, rackets in the name of cults. Come. Aren't people so damn gullible, aren't they? So gullible. They get taken in by anything. Why? It is because of a lack within themselves. They feel something is lacking. They feel something is missing. They feel a gap, and they want to fill the gap. And that is why they go around to the psychics and mediums and bullshitters and cultists and all these damn money-making false gurus around the world. But let us fill the gap in the right way. And that gap can only be filled by God and His grace. That is what I'm trying to say. Now you go to a psychic, Madam Gypsy. What does she do? Firstly, she has to be a shrewd psychologist. Right? She looks at you, she sums you up. Right? And first thing she will say, oh, you're going to cross my palm. Which means putting money in the hand. Then she starts telling you of yourself. Right? Which could, with any person of any bit of perception, could tell anything of any other. You ask me, any one of you here, I'll read your whole life for you without even looking at your pen. So these guys develop this little ability and use it to make money for themselves. It has become a racket. And these rackets must be destroyed to repeat again to you. All these cults, all these damn gurus, money-making gurus, all these the religions that are not religions. And by doing that, we will find the truth within ourselves. That's what we want. Is to find the truth within ourselves, by ourselves, with others. How do you need a teacher so long? He's a teacher. He guides you along the line and says, this is the way to Chelsea, and this is the way to Birmingham. What's all? Yes. Oh, my beautiful flower. I do sincerely hope that our family do not get mixed up in this cultish in these ways of thinking that might sound so plausible, but does not show you your inner self. If you feel trouble, you can take a Valium, okay? Or Librium. Any doctors around? No, any of these things that have come. But how long is it going to last? That is the question. So 2 hours later, you're feeling lousy again. We want permanency, and that permanency can only be brought about by infusing the divinity within us into the subconscious, then to the conscious, and then to the physical life that we are expressing as action of the superconscious. We want a permanency, for we are permanent, we are immortal. But by dwelling just on the mind alone, or the body alone, you feel troubled, and then you take Valiums and all those other tranquilizers. What I am trying to tell you is this, and is so simple. The greatest tranquilizer is that divine pause. And through your spiritual practices, infuse it into the subconscious, the conscious, and the body. And then you will need nothing else. And then what happens is this, that by that infusion, you're so aware. And when you become aware, instead of being dead, can you tell me you are really alive? No. Half, perhaps. 70%, 60%, 40%, 50%. But to be 100% alive, that is what I aim at. And that aliveness comes from awareness. And what are you to be aware of? What is there that you have to be aware of? Simple. The four-letter word. Life. To be aware instead of being asleep to life. To be aware. For life contains such joy, that beauty. Unlimited. Requires self-control, ignorance, but yes, so joy, so blissful. The way you are entire day, although you are performing all the actions that you are doing in your work or home or whatever, you know the beauty of divinity because you are alive. It's why tranquilize yourself? Well, is there any good reason? Okay, problems come and go, so what? Once we have this aliveness within us, then problems do not become problematic. Problem. Probe. And once you can learn to probe by the totality of your soul, then the resolution is automatic and nothing becomes problematic. So good. So good. Good.
Let me continue here. Lately, from that side, from Mr. Mate.
Sorry, Mr. Brown. Yeah. Let me blow my nose. Because I can't hear with my nose blocked.
Lately from Meta Science, where Mr. Meek has invented a machine by which you can communicate with people on higher dimensions. This information has been in several newspapers, so why should I get bad karma telling people that we now have a scientific proof of the existence of life after death? This shouldn't prevent people from meditating, but rather make them more interested in meditation. If they start believing in an intelligent force behind everything, which they can contact by help of meditation.
Yes. I would like to see that machine. Really, I would like to see that. Because how could a mechanical device capture a dimension which is beyond the dimensions of mechanism? So that is rubbish. Tell the person. Yeah. And this Mr. Ego, Miko, Zico, Jico, jerk. I'll challenge him anywhere on any platform. Because that is total rubbish. The higher dimension of life can only be contacted when you reach the deeper levels of your soul and reach those dimensions. And no machine can capture it. They even haven't found the substance of atoms. They haven't even found the substance of subatomic matter. And that, as soon as they search deeper and deeper science, as science does, there's subatomic matter, to which that found no answers. And this man says he can contact through a machine something existent in a different dimension. But isn't that pure rubbish? You can't. You just cannot.
This might sound a bit disjointed because there are certain parts of the letter that have been deleted because they're not really relevant for you. But we're back to the friend now that's picture of the problem. And it says, she seems to know better than I, according to her own opinion. I don't know from where she gets her information. She says that I'm under the influence of psychic energies. Is it so that it is the lower entities who have taken over me? It finishes, Jai Gurudev, from a child of God, with love.
You're right.
There is a PS.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll get on to the PS later. PS.
First choice, Guruji.
First,
So after you sign the letter.
if I thought you put in double S to it. We didn't have somebody else to review the 10th. No lower entities can possess you. And this person putting these thoughts in the mind of the person that wrote this letter is trying to create certain influences in that mind. It's a sin. Who are you to judge what your karma is all about? Are you a self-realized being? Have you achieved God realization to be able to know? And then the beauty is this, that when you know, you become totally non-judgmental. So whoever this letter is written to, and whoever is trying to influence this person, Get it away from your mind. Because there are no lower entities that could influence you. Never. And who is this person trying to tell you of your karma? Is this person totally karma free? Ask that question to her. Is this person totally out of bondage and enjoying the freedom of divinity? Ask that question. Is this person totally realized? Ask her that question. And if she cannot answer these questions, forget what she says. Because she's trying to control you in some way for her own purposes and her own devices. Through all these years traveling around the world, and as you know me, and many of you have been on so many courses here, this is my 26th trip to England. Not necessarily on our business work, but before in business days too. But in your experience of me up to now, have I ever passed a judgment upon him? So who is this little bitch or bastard or whoever it is trying to pass judgment and say that you are being possessed by lower entities? For there is no possession. Do never be influenced by these people that try to possess you, and they are the lower entities. You think? Huh? Do you not possess? I possess not. I think I listened to one of the poems the other night, something like that. I can never remember my stuff. So, the answer is this: be rid of the fear you have in your mind. No lower entity can possess you, but these world's lower entities try to make a racket of it and try to possess you. That's right. So, discard this. It's always good to stay away from people, that are influencing you in the wrong direction. Be away. And the way for spiritual progress has many aspects. Firstly, to be in the company of the holy. And holy does not mean this outside, right? It's inside. To be in the company of the holy because you'll feel something emanating from that realized soul. Number two, try and gain as much knowledge as you can. Read everything. Read all the philosophies and metaphysics and all, and from there, pick out. Okay. That which you are capable of picking out. You do not need to tax your soul, but grasp as much as you can grasp from all the teachers of the world. In the company of holy people, studying and finding knowledge. And then what's the step? What is after that? Doing your spiritual practices regularly. Then what is after that? Which will come automatically, and which will be love and devotion. And just to one person. That's enough. That's all I ask. One person, your wife, your boyfriend, your husband, your girlfriend, your beloved, your guru, your whatever. From there will come love and devotion. So, what is happening here now? Being in holy company, you are imparted a spark in your hearts, an awakening. To sustain the awakening, you do your spiritual practice. And with that, automatically, there will come love and devotion. And when you can be successful in directing it to one person, whoever it is, then it will spread all around you in the atmosphere. So through the concrete, we reach the deep. And after doing that, what happens? You know, the abstract comes back into the concrete. And then the concrete becomes not a conception, but the living God. Do you want an abstract God? Don't find him. Leave me alone. What I teach of is to find the living God and how to bring living God into life. People will talk from knowledge of book. People will talk from knowledge of study and what have you. There are a million professors in the world. And I speak to you from inside here. And as you know, I'm not very much aware of what I speak about. Things I know, but I do know. There is a slight awareness that whatever flows out comes not from me, comes from him. Now, I was born. There's few up here. Yeah. I'll let it go on, really. When it comes to my mind, then you may want me to feel how a person born under a certain astrological sign acts on me, who also is born in that sign. So it might change my attitude towards others, stopping giving them instructions of what to do or not. I don't have much time for meditation. So could you please tell me what I at least should practice every day? I don't like my mantra. Again and again I read and hear that love is the most important. How can I give love when I don't know what love is? I don't feel love for anyone. I try to do what I think my duty is, as is all. Well, that's an inspiration. How can you give love if you don't know love? And the only way of knowing love is opening yourself, unfolding your soul. through the practices given by your father, friend, your guru. That's how you unfold. And when you unfold, automatically you do not give love. That's a fallacy. You cannot give love. It's a spontaneous well that just flows. Does the running brook give water to the ocean? Does the river willingly flow to the ocean and merge with it? It is the nature of the river just to flow to the ocean. So likewise, love is not a gift. And love is a spontaneous flow, like the river going to the ocean. This business that so many people are involved in, and let me tell you this as a finality, do not indulge, this question is very much related to the psychics, do not indulge yourself with astrologers. That is all rubbish. There are certain laws, but the astrologer is only good as he is intuitive. I don't need to work out your chart, for example, to tell you about yourself. No, I look at your face and not at all is readiness flash. So, another racket. Another racket. You know, I think I've told you the story before. I might as well repeat it because there are new people here. There was a man in Cape Town. His name was Fisk, something like that. And he used to head the Tia movement in South Africa. He said, John Fisk. I thought, I can't remember. Well, it was many years ago. He was in Johannesburg, which is 1,000 miles away from Cape Town. And he phones me and he says, Guruji, can I come down and see you have something very urgent to discuss with you? And so I look through my diary and I say, yes, sure. I've got this time available and please do come down. Now, his problem was this. He went to an astrologer who was supposed to be very, very well known and famous, not only in South Africa but throughout the world. And she read out his horoscope. And in the horoscope was written that he should not marry. Because if he should get married, his life would be so painful and all the things that go with it. So he came down, and I went through a horoscope with him. I explained him certain things. Meanwhile, while he was in Johannesburg, he fell in love with a girl called Ingrid. And oh, they are a beautiful couple, lovely people. So I took his horoscope and tore it into 1,000,000 pieces, practically, and threw it into the waste paper basket. I say, you go back now, today, to Ingrid, propose to her and get. So they got married They have but two babies, I think, now. And Princess are happy. They're so happy. So if you rely on horoscopes and astrology, you are damaging yourself. Because you are being guided by what someone else to say. And in the zodiac system, there are 12 signs. Now, can you tell me that of 4,000 million people in this world, there are just 12 categories? Are there not 4,000 million categories? For every human being is unique in himself. I know people that buy the newspaper every morning, and the first thing they open up is the horoscope page. What's in store for me today? Come on. Get off it, would you? I could write out a whole year's horoscopes in the 12 categories now and dictate it on our machine. Have no faith in that. Have faith in yourself. Why do you want to read a horoscope? Why do you want to go to an astrologer? Because you're feeling insecure and inadequate and unsure and fearful what is going to happen today. That's why you read the horoscope. Am I right? But why not have this attitude that what is going to happen today will happen, and I cannot prevent it. What is His will is His will. Finish. Period. Full stop. So these horoscopes are of no use whatsoever. A true astrologer does not need to draw up a chart. A true astrologer can just look at your face and know. Because that knowingness does not come from the mind. The charts that are drawn comes from the mind and from certain guidelines written in books. And who were they that wrote the books? Other bullshitters. The best way is to accept the day. And Lord, bless us that this day may be pleasant and peaceful, for it is in Thy mercy and Thy grace that I live this day. Thank you, Lord, for it all. See you all.